Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Greensboro Urban Area Metropolitan Planning Organization, or MPO, invites residents to share comments on the agency's ranking methodology. This relates to identifying the highest need transportation projects to be funded from 2026 to 2035. Public comments are due by Thursday, March 7th. Each year, the MPO identifies new highway, public transportation, bicycle, pedestrian, rail, and aviation projects paid for by state and federal construction funding. The MPO ranks the most needed projects using an approved methodology. The North Carolina Department of Transportation evaluates and scores eligible projects using a data-driven process to determine which ones will receive funding. The MPO's draft project ranking methodology can be reviewed online. Comments about the evaluation process can be sent to Lydia McIntyre, the city's transportation planning engineer. The Planning Department's 2023 Summary of Growth and Development in Greensboro, called Growing Greensboro, is now available to review on the city's website. Key findings show more than 5,000 potential housing units were approved last year through rezoning and the annexation process throughout the city. That brings the three-year total of potential housing units approved from 2021 to 2023 to nearly 16,000. Multifamily residential units account for 92% of the potential housing units approved. Sue Schwartz, the director of the Planning Department, said more people will be calling Greensboro home over the next few years as these developments are completed. We are truly Greens booming in every way. Growing Greensboro report, along with several others, are available on the Planning Department's website. Click on the Population and Statistics tab. The City of Greensboro's Procurement Services Division has been honored with the 2023 Sustained Professional Purchasing Award, or SPPA. Each year, the North Carolina Association of Governmental Purchasing presents the award to member agencies exemplifying excellence in purchasing standards over the previous calendar year. The voting committee evaluates each city's use of technology, minority outreach, staff certification initiatives, customer and vendor training programs, and the prioritization of environmentally sustainable practices, such as the utilization of recycled products. Greensboro Assistant City Manager Larry Davis said this is a testament to the excellent work by the Procurement Division in meeting and surpassing the stringent requirements established by the SPPA Committee. Their commitment to excellence in procurement practices serves as a model for our entire organization. The awards presentation will take place next month at the association's annual banquet in Cherokee, North Carolina. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
Addiction is a disease that affects your ability to make healthy, rational decisions. And it's one of the primary health concerns of our time. Let's talk about it. What is addiction? Addiction is a complicated issue. Addiction can look like a lot of different things, but primarily we associate addiction with the loss of control over a certain substance, alcohol, drugs, or a certain behavior too. It's really important to understand that addiction impacts your brain. On a fundamental level, addiction essentially rewires your brain to where you become dependent on the drug or drink or the behavior, and you start to associate that with survival, which is why you often see people make really irrational decisions and do things that they would never do if they weren't addicted. Anyone can be at risk for addiction. It doesn't matter your race, your age, your gender, your socioeconomic status, your level of intelligence. So what are some of the signs that you're dealing with an addiction? One of the ways that you can tell is by asking yourself 4 simple questions. Have you ever felt like you need to cut down on your drinking? Have you ever felt like you were annoyed when someone criticized you about how much you're drinking or drugging? Have you ever felt guilty about how much you're drinking or drugging? And finally, have you ever had a drink or drug early in the morning, what I call an eye-opener, something to kind of get your day started? If you answered yes to 2 or more of these questions, you may be struggling with an addiction. So what are the signs you can look for in someone else who you think might be struggling with an addiction? One of the key signs is isolation. If you find that a loved one is continually getting further and further isolated and leaving you out, leaving you in the dark, not letting you know about what they're up to, if they're also giving up on activities or interests that they used to have, reducing their level of activity. Another sign is if they're drinking or drugging more than they plan to. If someone tells you, I'm gonna have 2 or 3 drinks tonight, and it ends up being 4, 5, or 6, and then the next day it's the same thing, that's a sign that your tolerance is increasing and you might be struggling with addiction. With cancer, diabetes, heart disease, it's very common to get a family history and to tell your doctor everything you know about what your family struggled with. And for some reason, addiction's considered different, but it shouldn't be. Addiction is just like those other diseases in that if we know that a family member, typically going back 2 generations, if we know that they struggled with addiction, that can be a big indicator and a big help for a counselor who's assessing for addiction. So how do you talk about addiction with a family member? That's a really touchy subject. One important thing to know is talk about it when they're sober. Talk about it when they're not using. Talk about addiction in behavioral terms. Talk about things that you've noticed change in their behavior, in their level of activity, in their consequences of their life. Keeping things simple, plain, and understandable is the biggest way to help your loved one. So what do you do when people deny that they have an addiction? Oftentimes this is when professional help is necessary. Making an appointment with a counselor, a family counselor, a substance abuse counselor. We live in such an exciting time for addiction treatment. There are so many options for what to do. Yes, there's the classic inpatient 28-day rehab facility. There's also 12-step meetings, Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous. A lot of these are really familiar, but there's new and exciting treatments as well. So here at Cone, we have an IOP, that's an intensive outpatient program. It's primarily group counseling. And group counseling is shown to be the most effective form of substance abuse counseling because it gets at that isolation piece. It helps people feel more understood. Another way you can treat addiction is by talking with your primary care physician about medications for cravings. Right now we have exciting medications that are very safe and well studied that can help people tolerate and deal with those triggers and those cravings that happen in early recovery. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this information has been helpful in learning about addictions. If you want to learn more, go to conehealth.com/behavioral health. Thanks again. I'm Wes Swan.
Even though spring has not arrived yet, now is the time for teens and young adults to apply for the city's long list of summer jobs. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department is hiring for all part-time summer jobs. The variety of positions include camp counselors, park attendants, program instructors, Camp Joy counselors, spray ground attendants, playground counselors, and all pool positions. More than 100 openings are available. Youth are encouraged to apply now. Compensation for summer employment starts at $15.91 per hour for up to 40 hours per week from June to August. Parks and Recreation Director Phil Fleischman said summer is our busiest and most impactful season for the Parks and Recreation Department. We are seeking passionate and creative recreation professionals to create the best summer experience for our residents and visitors. There is a particular need for lifeguards. The city will hire people as young as 15 for those positions, and new hires will receive all appropriate lifeguard certification and safety training. For more information about specific positions and the pay, visit the job board on the city's website. Developers, contractors, and other residents who need to deliver building plans or secure permits can look forward to a revamped online process. This is set to launch on March 25th. The Plan Review and Tracking version 2, now in test mode, will make it easier to submit designs, follow the city's review process, and secure permits online. Several city departments led by the Information Technology Department built this new software based on input from the public and staff. Chief Information Officer Rodney Roberts said this software will make the review process more intuitive, flexible, and user-friendly, which will foster a more transparent and collaborative relationship between the city and the community. Some of the improved system capabilities include the ability to submit plans for addresses beyond Greensboro city limits, new submission paths for specific plans such as fire construction permits and landscape plans, the addition of an FAQ page, helpful documents, and an improved form for user support. These enhancements represent the first phase of a larger process to improve how the city responds to requests for plans and permits. Future phases will further enhance the customer experience, adapting our systems to meet the community's ever-changing needs. The Greensboro Youth Council is collecting new and gently used prom wear and accessories for the Camille's Closet and Theo's Threads pop-up shops. The deadline to donate items is Friday, March 1st. Each year, the program provides free prom and special occasion outfits to hundreds of local middle and high school students. Monetary donations are also accepted by visiting the city's website. Donated fashions must have been purchased in 2018 or later. They should have no stains, snags, rips, or tears. All accents such as beading, lace, buckles, and snaps should be in place. The program is in need of plus sizes and accessories ranging from jewelry to shoes. The pop-up shops for Camille's Closet and Theo's Threads will be open from April 9th to April 12th at Four Seasons Town Center. This program is sponsored by Cheshire Center and Four Seasons Town Center, along with a partnership with Backpack Beginnings. For more information or to view the list of drop-off sites, visit the city's website. The Gate City is striving to be the place where art thrives. We're known for our galleries, artists, teachers, art festivals, and public art. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase a directory for all of the arts organizations in Guilford County. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The vision of the Arts Council of Greater Greensboro is for our community to be the place where art thrives. The council is the largest public-private alliance dedicated to sustaining our local arts economy. Joining me now to tell us about the council's new publication is Charlotte Marcellus. She is the marketing manager with the Arts Council of Greater Greensboro. Hello, Charlotte. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Carla.
Thank you for joining me. Tell us about the Arts Across Guilford Guide and how does this serve the arts community throughout Guilford County?
Yes, I'd be happy to. So the Arts Across Guilford Guide. Fundamentally, it's rooted in the Arts Council of Greater Greensboro's mission. That is cultivating and sustaining our arts community through the support, promotion, and expansion of the arts. I'd say about 3 years ago, we really started doing this work of evaluating what is our value proposition within the community? What does our community really need? And the directory and its accompanying arts events calendar, which can be found online, both came out as key components of that initiative.
Okay. So with that, can you elaborate in terms of the council's role in spearheading initiatives such as the guide and just what are you trying to get out of that?
Yes, absolutely. So the Arts Across Guilford Guide, it showcases all of the arts organizations across our community, all across Guilford County. And it wasn't done in a vacuum. We did this with the partnership of organizations such as Guilford County and the City of Greensboro, Creative Greensboro, and the High Point Arts Council, with the many supporters and donors who make this possible. So as we're cultivating community through the directory and the arts calendar and these other resources to get our community connected, we're also doing it with our community.
Okay, well that's what we're all about. Greensboro is known for its welcoming vibe and just certainly the arts and culture feel of things as you're going around the city. You see a lot of that demonstrated. So tell us, how does the council contribute to the overall growth of that sustainability for our arts community?
Absolutely. So everything that the ACGG does is rooted in that idea of sustainability and resiliency. I think over the course of the pandemic, really, a lot of people started thinking about that idea of what does our community look like in the future? How do we make sure that especially our arts community continues to be vibrant as we move forward? And so one of the things that we do as an organization is implement that into all of our programming, whether that's our organizational grants or our artist support grants, shared services, our professional development hub that we just launched. All of those are rooted in sustainability and resiliency so that our community can be connected, creative, and continuing to be vibrant.
Okay, well, if you've inspired someone who's listening, how can the community support the Arts Council of Greater Greensboro?
Absolutely, that's a great question. So first of all, I mentioned the Arts Directory and the online events calendar. Both of those, the directory is available in a printed form, but both the events calendar and the directory are also available online at the acgg.org for accessibility. So you can also go on our website. If you want to sign up for our newsletter, that is a great way to stay in touch with the Arts Council, find out everything that's going on within the arts community, and hear about some stories of the artists and arts organizations that make our community vibrant. The other way to get connected is that we're currently in the process of distributing our Arts Across Guilford Guide, the printed version, within our community. So if you'd like to partner, if you'd like to get that into the hands of the community, whether you're a realtor and you want to put it in hormone bundles, or if you are a storefront and you want to put that on your front desk, or if you have new hire materials, I would love to talk with you. You can visit the acgg.org and go under About to reach out.
Okay, well, thank you, Charlotte, and congratulations on publishing this guide. It is a huge endeavor, as you said, collaborative effort, bringing community together. Do come back and keep us posted on all things artsy in Greensboro.
Thank you, Carla. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The community is invited to attend a series of community budget sessions being hosted in each City Council district. These sessions will allow residents to provide feedback about the City Council's priorities and get updates about citywide projects. To review the city budget, visit the budget section of the city's website. The meeting dates and locations are as follows. District 1 is on Thursday, February 22nd at 6 p.m. at Barber Park Event Center at Barber Park Drive. District 2 is on Thursday, February 29th at 6 p.m. at McGirt Horton Library on Phillips Avenue. District 3 is on Wednesday, March 6th at 6 p.m. in the Nussbaum Room at Central Library on North Church Street. District 4 meets on Wednesday, March 13th at 6 p.m. in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber in the Melvin Municipal Office Building on West Washington Street. District 5 is on Thursday, March 14th at 6 p.m. at the Leonard Recreation Center on Ballinger Road. To learn which City Council district you live in, access the interactive map on the city's website. For ADA assistance, contact Gary Canapino at 336-373-2723. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here's some special events happening this week on the town. The Central Carolina Boat Show and Fishing Expo visits the Greensboro Coliseum Special Event Center February 23rd through the 25th. The biggest boating and water sports event in Central North Carolina features 16 marine dealers from across the region. Find expo hours plus ticket and exhibitor information online at greensborofishingexpo.com. If you're eligible for Medicare but don't know where to start, check out Medicare 101, Understanding Your Benefits, February 23rd at the Glenn McNary Branch Library. Get an overview of Medicare coverage and costs, discuss choices of Medicare plans, and receive resources to learn more. Register by calling the McNary Branch at 336-373-2015 or visit the library's website at greensboro-library.org. Enjoy an evening with David Foster and Catherine McPhee February 23rd at the Tanger Center. Foster, a 16-time Grammy Award-winning writer and producer, performs songs he wrote or produced from his 4 decades of hits and tells stories about the songs, artists, and moments of his life, including his 2018 marriage to McPhee, a noted singer and actress. Buy tickets at the box office or online at tangercenter.com. Enjoy special Black History Month programming on February 24th at the Greensboro History Museum. At noon, preschool and elementary school-age children can discover the story of astronaut Ronald McNair with a fun craft activity. Afterward, costumed interpreters visit the museum galleries, sharing stories of African Americans from the past who lived in Greensboro. Learn more about these free events at greensborohistory.org. Guilford Works hosts a healthcare career pathways job fair February 29th at Barber Park. More than 20 employers offering 350-plus jobs are slated to attend. Visit guilfordworks.org for more information and a listing of participating employers. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. In the coming weeks, the Solid Waste and Recycling Department will deliver one 95-gallon yard waste container. The container will be used to collect leaves, branches, and grass clippings only. Residents have until March 31st to opt out of receiving a container or to request to purchase a second one. Complete the online form to decline a yard waste container. To purchase a second container for $65, call the city's contact center at 336-373-2489. Residents can be charged on their monthly water bill or pay by check if you do not have a water account with the city. Second containers will be available only while current supplies last. Residents may not purchase more than one extra cart at this time. This cart will replace personal cans, which will no longer be collected by city crews beginning on July 1st. For more information about new yard waste collection guidelines, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break is our Way to Go GSO shout-out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout-out. This week's shout-out goes to the City of Greensboro. For the 33rd year, the Gate City earned the Tree City USA Award in recognition of its commitment to sustainable urban forestry management. The first award dates back to 1991. Greensboro qualifies for this designation due to its city arborist, tree conservation ordinances, Arbor Day celebration, and ongoing support for the Neighbor Woods community tree planting initiatives in partnership with Greensboro Beautiful Incorporated. Last year, the city, in partnership with Greensboro Beautiful, planted 300 new trees. Planning is underway for North Carolina Arbor Day 2024. Way to go for keeping the green in Greensboro. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM, 100.7 FM, and 90.5 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO. Plus, GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.